hope so. Check the live feed here. Yeah, I'm live. FG Stacker. Hey yo. Had dead air there for a minute, man. Can you hear me okay? Yes, no, maybe so. Barely there. Okay. Let's see. How is it now? Is it getting any better? Grandma Joy, she can hear me. I can kind of fool with my microphone here. I'm a little ways away from it, but it's better. I hate for you guys to have to turn your device up to hear me. I can turn it. I can make it a lot louder. I can turn this one up and it makes it a little bit louder, I think, or turn it down or whatever. Yeah. I can definitely hear it in my headphones. So I can turn my headphones down a little bit and turn the mic up. If that's better. That's better? Okay. I'll probably get a little closer. I get closer like this and it'll probably get a lot louder, but yeah, that's better. Okay. I'm watching it took me forever to get this thing set back up, and reason I'm using the OBS software through the computer and all that, and I got webcam set up. I usually do my videos with my phone because it has a really good camera, and I try to use it as much as I can. And so you can see that's what I'm looking at, the chat. I could stream the chat from the laptop, but I'm not going to be able to see what I'm doing down here if I do that. So I'm going to try to watch you guys chat on the phone, and I can turn it sideways and I can at least see that I won't have to type, which I can talk, so that's cool. What I was planning on doing was going through this bag of coins here. I got a coin show sell it to me. It's a pound of world coins. Now we might get lucky and find a silver coin in here or something. I don't know, but that's what I was planning on doing, and I didn't get started. It took me an hour and a half to get this thing all set up and get my computer jiving with YouTube and all that, and then, you know, anyways, yeah, I want to hear all that. But I've never used StreamYard. OBS is the only stuff I've fooled with before, and each time I use it, I find something different, something I haven't learned. I've edited a couple videos on it, but it's a little bit different editing than it is streaming. So yeah, it's all confusing. I'm not the best at all this stuff, and my laptop I run off of only has 2 USB inputs, and I was like, well, I got another USB cable I need to plug in, because there's a way that I can plug in this call this? Scope. I can plug this scope in and it'll pop up in a little window inside the thing instead of me having to push it in front of the camera, which I'd really like to do, you know, because it's kind of handy and stuff. And hi Edward, thanks for popping in, brother. But yeah, hopefully I'll get that figured out, and it'll take less power on the little camera thing there. It'll run longer, maybe, I don't know. But thanks for popping in and checking us out tonight. I know it's late, but I'm knocking stuff over and having to go around the camera tripod and all this here. And there's a little delay on what I'm doing here and what I'm seeing on my phone and you guys chatting and all that stuff. But hey, that's cool. I'll try to figure it out. Although I can be easily confused sometimes. But yeah, I probably shouldn't have dumped all them right there if I'm gonna move this doohickey over a little bit. I don't know, because there's a bunch here that we could probably pull out. Look at that, and there's got a couple holes in it. It was either something special or you can see that this camera doesn't zoom worth a flip, and I think that's why I used the scope a lot during the last video live stream I did with this camera. That's why I like using my phone more. This is Republic of Mexico 1883. A big one something. But I got a book that tells me if things are silver or not. It'd be a really long stream if I start looking up coins. But what we'll do, maybe I can separate the ones I know aren't silver. Like these are aluminum for sure. This one's 1 franc from Francaise. Ah! Losing our camera here. Move it up a little bit. There we go. I don't have the most sturdy setup here. I did get moved into a room. I have like a studio now, so I can actually leave stuff set up. Once I get things running here, I'll be able to do it a little bit better and be a lot quicker about it and all that. But this says Socialista something. That's from Czechoslovakia, looks like. And it's got to be aluminum, so that's a reject. This one feels aluminum. 10 Groschen from Austria. Not gonna be silver. This is George. Looks like Hong Kong. Hong Kong from 51. We can look that one up, but that's probably cupronickel. Yeah, that one. I was like, what? They try to make a suit of armor out of this or something? Yeah, it was probably had some jump rings in it and was a little bracelet or something. Somebody took apart, or maybe a piece of jewelry or earrings or something. Probably, I'd say. I've got a hold Morgan dollar I got from a guy. He said his uncle had it on a necklace and it had a hole in it, and he probably used a jump ring, and it was upside down. I think I did a video on that one time, but we'll put these kind of aside. That's pretty shiny right there. The 25th of May, 1960. And it's a Argentina peso. Looks clad. what if pile. We got a franc, 2 francs, 1946. Maybe from France, and that's aluminum, I think. This one, Italy. Oh, that's 10 lira, maybe. Let's see what the date was. 1954, maybe. Five centésimos. Republica. Cruddy. Something. Uruguay. It's gonna be nickel or something, probably. Put that in a different pile. We got the Netherlands. Queen Juliana, 25 cents from 1969. We get Bermuda, Elizabeth II. Man, I wish this camera worked better because you guys could see these a lot better. 1970. This is a big fat Mexican $1,000 or pesos or whatever, and that was before they what do they call that? Destabilize their currency, but knocked it down by 1,000 or something. So it's like 1 peso now. We know that's not silver. I know that's not silver. This isn't silver, but what is it? It's 2 somethings. It looks Greek or Cyrillic. That guy's got one heck of a helmet. One heck of a helmet. We got 3 pence from 1937. That's probably a decently collectible coin. King George. Yeah, let's see. We got 10 pfennigs. And when I was in Germany, we used these. They don't use them anymore. They use euros, but I remember having a whole pocket full of them after a weekend. That looks like a euro or something. Oh, maybe not. Maybe Mexican. $1. Fairly modern. Interesting. Here we go. Estados Unidos Mexicanos. We got 1 cent from, looks like the Netherlands in 1961. Got another 10 pfennigs here. 1949. We got some looks like Korean or it's Asian writing. I don't read that. Can't read that. Republic of France, 20 centimes from 1972. Got some more for France. Ooh, that one's got a rooster on it. Look at there. I need to get the. I'll get the scope. Boom, boom, boom. Get the scope. Looks like the scope is froze up. We'll turn it off and turn it back on. Goodbye. Welcome. There we go. 20 francs. From 1950. I like the rooster coins. We're going to stick that. We're going to keep that one out. 20 francs. Yeah. Put that over there. There we got Juan Carlos, 1975. Two pesetas. We'll put that over there. Got Queen Juliana again of the Netherlands, 1976. I'm trying to get these close enough to where you guys can see them, but it's not showing up real well in my. That's terrible. You get far enough away you can't see it, for it to focus, but this one that feels like play money from the little grocery store for little kids, that they push around the little fake groceries. It's from France, but man, it's got to be aluminum. Here. That is definitely some kind of Greek. Something interesting. 1976. 20 Pakimas or something. Epaxami. Well, this one's interesting. 2 Aura. Looks like 1920. Looks like the kingdom of. Oh, we're gonna get the scope again. Move it over here. All right. Looks like King Koniger. Something. No. Wow. Can't even tell. Anybody know what that is? Can't hear me? You can't hear me? Minis? Can I? Addicted to minis, you can't hear me? I don't know if I lost my audio signal. It's still showing audio. Anybody else can't hear me? You did? Okay. Alright. I'm going to do some turning up here. Hit the gain a little bit. That probably turned it off. That turned it completely off. Turn the gain up. And turn my output up. I'll turn my headphones down. That sound any better? I'm gonna hit this button right here, and see if that does anything. If that does anything, I'm going to turn that back off, but I don't know, that was like my second line. I know this one here mutes me out. That mutes me out of my headphones, so I don't know. But I've got it turned pretty high. No sound? Alright. I've got it cranked up about all the way. Let me go into my software and see if that does anything. How's that? So I got to get this figured out. I had some of the same issues last time. Like it wasn't picking me up on the big mic, but it was picking me up. FG, you hear me better now? I'm gonna slide the slider up even more. How's that? That turned it up? Okay. Yeah, remember, I'm getting a little feedback in my headphones, so I'll just turn my headphones down. And that way, this mic picks up really good. I mean, it picks up things in the other room with the door shut, and I just got to figure out how you guys hear it and everything. It's better. Edwin, it's better? All right. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody there with the volume issues, but I got her cranked about all the way up, and I turn it much louder. My headphones start buzzing. That ain't good. It's really buzzing now. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing that buzzing. I'm gonna turn this other one down a little bit. Did that affect it? Now I try to just not touch anything whenever I get done, but I got this the gain really now I can turn the high gain up like that, and I don't know if that does anything or not, but whenever I turn that up, I don't get near as much the feedback in my headphones. I wish my headphones, gave out the same audio that you guys hear. That's the way it's supposed to be, but I don't know. You guys tired of looking at that one? Couldn't quite figure that out. Or it's like Netherlands or something, or Norway maybe. I think it might be like Norway. That one's pretty old though. What was that? 1920? We can look that one up here in a little bit. I had to turn this light off behind me because it was giving me bright reflections. This one's from Italy. Got a big bird on it from 1940. Big bald guy. Vital Iman, something like that. So there's another one from 1939, looks like. Same dude. Yeah, we got another one of these Mexican coins. Over here, get 10. Something centimes. Yeah, it's got Marianne on it. This is from France, and that one's so small I can't even. 10 centavos. It's got a reeded edge too. It's kind of interesting. I wish there was a way to sharpen this video on this camera. 10 Pfennings, Germany. We got a Big B from 1974. $25 dang it, I don't know. Not silver though. We're searching for silver. And it's probably not going to be this cat from Italy. 1940. Close. That one looks kind of interesting. Oh, pretty dark. Some of these are pretty dark. Oh, some silver alloys will do that. That's from 1916. So some of these will be worth looking up. We'll get them separated. And this is from Empire Sheriffine. I have never heard of that. It's 5. Oh, Morocco. 5 francs in Morocco. Empire Sheriff. That'll be a cool one to look up. We'll look that one up here in a minute. Get some more of these. That's a Greek. Another Greek, I think. This Mexican. Kind of interesting. 20 centavos. Got a pyramid on it. 1964. Just another King George. $0.25. It says Ceylon, 1943. Interesting. This one here got an aardvark on it. Won't you look at that? One Naguib from Zambia. We're going to have to look at this one now. I ain't never heard of a Naguib. Naguib or whatever that is. That's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of copper in world coins, FG. $1983, Zambia. Look at this. It's a Naguib. Ngawe. My daddy used to say that. Ngawa. When he was being goofy. Ngawe. I might have to keep that one now. But I ain't never seen an anteater, aardvark, whatever you want to call it, on a coin before. I like the ones with the animals on them and stuff. We're going to save that over there with the rooster. Let's see, this one's real dark. We'll look at it. Holy moly. We're going to have to run that through the dishwasher to see it. I can't even tell. That is so old and wore. It's a 1 something. It's so worn out. Look at that. That thing's bought 10 million pieces of gum through the machine. Yeah. Got 1 franc from the Chamber of Commerce of France. Look at that. And that dude is just chilling. Look at him. Commerce Industry, 1922. That's kind of interesting. We might just look that one up for giggles later. We'll put that with the look it up pile. Look at these, I thought might be 10 cents in 1916. Republic of Belgium. This is from Belgium. 1916. It's got, looks like maybe a line on it. It's kind of cool. Might look that one up later. This guy here, Leopold, looks like maybe the third. Koning, he's the king of der Belgian. He's der Belgian king. When was that? What year? Speed, what, 5 francs in Belgian? Belgian francs from 1941. That's cool. I don't think that's gonna be silver though. Alright, let's look at some more. These ones. This is from Barbados in 1989. We know that ain't gonna be silver, but it's cool. It's got a big fish on it. Shark or flying fish. It's a flying fish. Look at that. Fish with wings. $1 from Barbados. We got Juliana, the Queen of the Netherlands again, 1967. We got Queen Elizabeth, 1966, 3 pence. Mexico. That guy's got one heck of a mustache. Then 25, that's 25 cents. 1966, 25 cents. There's an itty bitty. Let's get some itty bitty ones and we'll get the scope. Pull some itty bitties. Boy, that looked almost gold there for a minute. About fell out the chair. Come on, you itty bitty ones. Some more itty bitty ones. Some little ones. Okay. There's a big one right there. King of Denmark, Frederick the Ninth. I hope he's silver. 5 kroners, 1972. Probably not. Oh, it's got some of that green on it though. Like I've seen some of them peace dollars do. Oh, and it's kind of got some heft to it, so put that one in the pile. The hope pile. But I did get this bag from a dealer. If he's any kind of dealer, he went through these and looked them all up and everything. But this guy had tables and tables of stuff. You know. Let's see, Juliana, Netherlands. 10 cents, 1950. Juliana, Netherlands, 1960. We got 10 bangles from Israel. Oh, Israel. Look at that, got a menorah on there and everything. Yep. Israel. I don't have any Israel coins. I need to set that one aside. Let's see. Transylvania? What is that? Transylvania? What is that? Who knows where that is? Hey, you need another gun? Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to keep up with everybody and a tooth update. Netherlands 10 cents or nickel. Okay. Don't call me tall. I don't have a clue what you're talking about, bro. But I'm not gonna hide your comment. I'm gonna show the comment. So, there. I can see your finger. Yeah. All right. Anybody know where that's from? Tassa Volta, Suomen. I don't know. 1960. May not even be a country anymore. Marca. It's from Marca. Marca. I might have to look that up just to find out where that thing's from. Finland? Okay. All right. Here's 10 pesos from 1962. Argentina, riding a horse. We got 1962. We got 1 centime from 1978. Something just fell off the back of my chair or something, felt like. This is a nice Republic of France in cursive. Chile, that's where that one was from. $1975. Norway. And our last itty bitty one. This one looks old. This looks like Norway. Got a lion with an axe. Looks like from 43 or 1043. That's what it looks like to me. No, it's 1943. Interesting. Yeah, I'd say that's definitely some copper there. Yeah, I was watching Whatnot. Yeah, my new addiction, I guess. And I didn't buy anything from the guy, but he was selling some Japanese coins from the mid 1800s, like 3 times melt, you know. And I was looking those up, and I was like, man, that's Greek. That's got an owl on it. That's cool. Look at that. That's neat. Yeah, Meiji Dynasty or whatever it was. Yeah, they were. You know, they were like 1/10 of an ounce of silver, and that people were paying like $30, $40 for them. I was like, hey, these people are crazy, man. And they weren't. They were just common coins. They weren't them. You know, the cool ones that are like pictured and stuff. I mean, they were just the ones with writings. I mean, there were some with like the double phoenix on them, which were worth a little bit more, but you know, not worth what people were paying for them. And yeah, condition is everything. I know. Yeah. This is from 1973. Looks like a phoenix on the back of that one. I was just talking about phoenixes. Firebird. That's pretty cool. And it's got an owl. That's a keeper, folks. Definitely a keeper. We're going to put that over there in the keepy foreign stuff pile. This is 10 something from somewhere. Looks like France. And I should have pulled this one, itty bitty. That's an Israeli coin. The same as that other one over there. We got five Pfennings, looks like. That's an old Pfennig. 1925, yeah. Pretty old. Germany. There's a 10 with the rooster. 10 francs with the rooster. Time to put me in the rooster pile. Oh yeah. Really, you get Israeli silver under melt? Where at? On Whatnot or eBay or what? Here's another 20 franc rooster. I like the roosters. 5 Pfennigs. It's more modern. We got a couple more Mexican coins. Eagles on them. 1932. 2005. I mean 1992. Five centimos from Venezuela, boy. They're in a bad way right now, aren't they? Venezuela. We know that ain't silver. This is one of them one yings or something from like China. Got a whole pile of those. This one's kind of interesting. It's small. Let's see, get some more smalls. Wow. Well, that's a good buy. If you get $500 a melt for under $400. Looney Toony. There's another Mexican. Put that over there. Our pile is starting to come back on us. Have y'all seen any silver ones I pulled out yet? Or mostly not. That was aluminum. 10 things of wheat or something. We get some more of these small ones. We'll look at them under the scope again. Hello, Ben Sherman. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah, when you get that shipment, minis, I'll watch that for sure. I'd like to see that. We got Bermuda here in 1970. This may be Austria. Oh. Wow, 1894. That's it. Yeah, go ahead and tag me in that video. I'll definitely I'll do a shout out too whenever after we watch it. 1894. I'm thinking Austria. What are y'all thinking on that? We'll look it up here in a little bit and see. Usually those two eagle heads, I think, are Austrian. Yeah, Ben, I know that a lot of people are doing that, but a lot of those coins are getting graded too. I know if you guys watch Vermilion Enterprises videos down there in Florida, he did a video 2 videos ago, and he showed where over the weekend where they were cracking things out and they were just throwing them on the ground out back. I was like, man, they could at least use a wastebasket or something. I mean, it was breaking my heart just looking at it, all the stuff they cracked out. But I think they were doing a lot of graded bullion and stuff like that, and they had probably some mint sets and stuff, and yeah, but they gotta turn it and burn it. They're getting just tons of stuff and keep ahead of the game as quick as things are going around, spot up and down. I had one of these before. It's like India or something. I don't know what that is. It's not silver though. We got Belgium. 50 centimes from 1958. One heck of a hat on. This Fennings, 1951 Fenning. One Fenning. This is older. Get it turned around. I'd say maybe German. Yes. This is a very old Fenning from 1894. Wow. We're going to set that one aside. Pretty old. $1971. New penny. That's a half new penny. That's kind of interesting there. Yeah, the numismatic value is greater than melt on some of that stuff, but it's all relative. It's what people will pay for it. And when you're in a big hurry, whenever the melt value of a numismatic coin is, higher than what the numismatic value was 2 weeks ago, they melt them, And you're right. They'll be sad someday when they're all gone. Someday they will be all gone. This go around, a lot of 90% constitutional has gotten melted. So it's getting more scarce every day. And I think it's a good idea to grab as much as you can when you can. This one, I don't know if that's an animal or what. It's 10 something. From Australia. 1966. So we're 10 Australian cents. From 66. Won't look that one up. I doubt that's silver, but could be. 1970, 10 cents. Bermuda, we already looked at that one. I think we're getting back into our spillovers. Centavos. What's this one? Netherlands. Y'all said those are nickel. Old Morgans were melted down to make 1921 Morgans. I believe it. I mean, there was a big gap in there, of years wise. That looks like a New York penny. No. We'll look at that under the scope though. I don't know if I can sharpen this up or get a little more light on it. See if y'all can identify this. Can't see the date. Looks like 18 something. 1836 maybe. That looks like one of those New York pennies. I'm not sure. Looks Russian. I don't know what this design on the top. I've got one of those New York pennies. Might have to get up. May make a lot of noise. But if I can find it, it may be graded. Might not be here. We'll see. Yeah, it's not that album. Yeah, you may be right. It may be Kopecks. Could be Russian, huh? Yeah. Most likely. Yeah. Oh. We'll look it up. We'll put it in the lookup pile. Let's see some of these other ones. Litzberg. What's he doing? Is that a 1952? Litzberg. Is he a coal miner? What is he doing? Yeah, Ben, I got some Franklin proofs for a good price too. I don't know. I got 2 proof sets, and the guy I mean, they were in the plastic and the envelopes and stuff, and he was busting them out, and I was like, oh man. So I bought them before he could bust both of them out, you know. But, and I don't know what I've done with those. But I did a video on it. I did an unboxing on them. You can go back and check that out. Unboxing of the Franklins. But yeah, there's some unbelievable Franklins coming out right now. We'll probably see some of those getting graded. People start busting those proof sets up. I don't know, Lutzberg. We're gonna have to look that one up. Five centésimos. That's the Uruguay coin, 1901. We're getting pretty close on our pile here, and we can start looking up to see if any of these are silver. Looky there, comrades. The 10 franc rooster might have been gold. Nah, I don't think so. It wasn't heavy enough to be gold. I'll grab that pile though. There's the Fenning. There's a 20 franc rooster. I don't know, that's kind of not heavy. If it was gold, it'd be a lot heavier. There's the owl. Pretty sure that's not gold. What was the date on that one? 1952. I know what you're talking about. I wish I had me a 10 franc rooster that was gold. It's not, it don't feel heavy enough to be gold. It's pretty shiny right there though. Look at that. That shine comes through there. My dirty fingers. My busted thumb. I was out on the anvil. busted right through the skin on my thumb. I've had it bandaged up for a few days. It sure is shiny under there, isn't it? Holy moly. How much does that weigh? We'll do a little investigating here. We got 10 francs and 20 francs. That one in there is shiny. But this one kind of shines through on the edge, don't it? Shine through the edge there. Look at that shine. Man. Do I collect any gold? I certainly collect a little bit of gold. I can't really afford it near as much, but I grab it when I can get it. Let's see. I don't know what I did with my Sigma. That'd be an easy way to find it. Got some gold. I've been wanting one of them gold roosters for a long time. And a buddy of mine that I had talked him into some stacking. He wanted to buy some gold, and the best deal at the time were those roosters. And I think he ended up buying several for like $500 a piece or something. My Sigma's over here across the room. And my little probes are up here. I gotta do a video on some of this sterling silver stuff I've been getting. Let's see. Ooh. Certainly didn't like that. What happened? Man, I brought that Sigma over here and I'm getting a bunch of feedback. Wow. That was terrible. Can y'all hear me okay? I don't know what I hit. Alright. Man, I was getting a ringing feedback and I just charged this Sigma up today. So Golds, Krugerrands, Eagles, Sovereigns, Brits, Old Pesos, Australian Ducats. What percentage those roosters are. Gold Guinea, 20 francs. It says 20 francs. I don't know. Did they make a 10 franc in gold? We'll try the 20 franc. Holy crap. Look at that. It's in the box. Can you see that? Oh, man. It's too bright, isn't it? It's in the box. 20 francs. It's in the brackets. No way. There's no way. The camera's not showing up. Yeah, you can see the box there, can't you? You see it? Yeah, it says it's... That's crazy. It's saying the 10 franc is 20 franc gold too. Something ain't right there. Wow. Well, it fools the Sigma. No, it gives me an arrow sometimes. Hold it right in the center. Hey, thanks for the super chat there, Fuzzy Balls. Thoughts on Royal Canadian Mint 3 9s in 925, and what premium is added on RCM mint and proof coins? Yeah. Well, yeah, minis. I know. There you need multiple. Definitely. Yeah. It. But you know what? If somebody was trying to fool me with a gold coin, you know, and I use my Sigma to check it, but the gold coins do look different, and we'll look up here in a second. I want to answer his questions though. Yeah, it is the downside of the Sigma. Yeah. There are fatal errors if you don't follow all of the recommendations, like the size, the exact size, weight, all that kind of stuff. I could tell when I picked this up that this wasn't a gold coin. Some people, they can't do that, but yeah, breaking out the Coke scale. Yeah, exactly. Okay, got you covered. All right, we'll see. We're gonna say grams. Easy way to check, is on weight. So you got 2.88 grams there. If you want to look that up, if you got a World Book, I've got one here in a second. I'll look that up. But okay, so Royal Canadian Mint. Premiums on Royal Canadian Mint. I premiums on, like, are you talking bullion coins or bars? Or mint and proof coins. I'm not a big fan of stuff with premiums on it. I like the Britannias and stuff, from the UK. I've got some maples, I've got some Canadian, bullion coins, ounce and a quarter, ounce and a half, some 2 ounces, things like that. I like their stuff. I like the RCM's maples. They've got that mint shield on them. That's cool. I don't like my bullion, milking up, getting the spots all over it and stuff. That's nasty. It looks terrible, and if you're going for premium on your resale, you're not going to get it. You just ain't going to get it. So the older RCM stuff that didn't have that mint shield, their coins and stuff, I just treat them as just regular sovereigns, just the same as anything else. I've seen them being sold from dealers and shops and stuff at the same price as the generics, so if I can buy them at the price I'm buying generics, I'll buy them, because they're a sovereign coin. The bars and stuff, they're cool, but a 10-ounce bar to me is a 10-ounce bar. And, if they're going to test them or whatever, they're going to test my generic bar the same as they're going to test the RCM bar. Down the road, they may carry some kind of premium, but I wouldn't buy them for the premium on them, and unless that's just your thing, like people collect Englehards or, Britannia bars or whatever, like I like the Perth Mint stuff, man, myself, really. The Scottsdale stuff. I mean, that I just as well have Scottsdale bars and things as I would RCM, and like this big Perth Mint kilo that I've had for a while. It's like the flagship of my stack, I like it. I didn't pay a premium for it. I wouldn't pay a premium to buy another one. But, I hope that answers your question. I look, I buy what I like. If I like something and I pay a premium for it, that that's that's fine. You got a Canadian 12 quarter set with a total of 2.2 troy ounces for $31, including shipping. Well, that is fantastic, and that's 2.2 troy ounces. So that so the gross weight was more than that. That's awesome. I mean, if you can get an ounce of something for $31 right now, it's fantastic. So, yeah, that is great. And minis, more silver atoms per dollar is a way to think about it. Need another gun? Your children prefer 10-ounce bars? I would say they'd be just ecstatic, and that's what we're doing it for down the road, right? It's going to be easier for them to move them rather than 10 different kind of generic things when it goes time to sell. Yeah. There's a lot of Canadian mint deals on eBay. I bet there is, and a lot of people don't know anything about Canadian, their, you know, their silver coin, the 80% and stuff like that. And some people steer away from it, especially since the refiners, whenever they got all gummed up here a while back, and they weren't taking any alloy silver. That kind of hit the brakes, I think, on a lot of people buying that stuff. That may be one of the reasons why you could be seeing more of that on eBay now, and the deals and the premium on that, or whatever that you might be paying, is because of people getting cold feet on it. They think, well, if the refiners aren't taking it, the dealers aren't going to take it. If I need to turn it around and sell it, am I going to be able to move it? And it might be people that are sitting on a big chunk of it and are just moving it on eBay right now because, they don't want to take 80% of their 80%. Because if you go to Vermilion and say, hey, I want to move this alloy silver, whether it's sterling or 90% or 80% or whatever, you're going to get, say, your Canadian coin, you're going to get 80% of the melt, and then you're going to get 80% of that price from the dealer. So you're looking at 40% under the spot price per ounce on that stuff. So that may be one of the reasons why that stuff is showing up and you're getting more. But if you can get it under that price, what I would be looking at, if you're going to be buying that kind of stuff at like 80% silver coins, that you take into account your resale on that down the road. And it may be less. It may be 75% that a dealer pays you, or it may be 70% or 60%. So, they may be already discounting those prices when they're selling, figuring, well, I can melt it for this, I can turn it in and send it to the refiner for this. And, it's ultimately what somebody else is going to pay you for it is what you're going to get. So, prices are prices, and, sold comps on eBay are what you really want to look at depending on what day it is. I mean, you can look at sold comps from probably 3 days ago, and they're going to be a lot higher than what somebody's going to get now, because people were selling it whenever it was $80-something an ounce, So, the I'll sell you price and the sold price is a lot of difference there, I got kind of on a rant there, but I need to scroll up and read. Yeah, do your research there, fuzzy balls, because you definitely you can get slip shucked on eBay, man. Definitely get slip shucked. But there's some deals out there, and it's not all in coins and everything too. You know, I got a couple more videos I want to make on this stuff that you know that I call it horse trading. My daddy called it horse trading. You know, getting out, just hustling. You can find some good deals, and you can get burnt really quick. Depending on what you're doing, and the keep knocking this thing over. But about as much energy as you put into it is what you're going to get back out of it, just like any other work. You get out there and look for the deals, you're going to find them. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes work, and it can become a job. And that's why a lot of retired guys are coin dealers and things. They've got the time to put into it. If you got time to put into things looking for the deals, you can find them. But if you're one of those people that wants it now, got to have it now, I got, $2,000 I want to invest in silver, that you can get hurt doing that if you buy in at the wrong time. And, I've stacked stuff over years, and it's now it's starting to pay off, I mean, I'm starting to, accumulate the good stuff, and it's all been a little bit at a time. I'm never, big jumping into big deals, but the more time I do spend on it, the more deals I find, Let's see. Low percentage stuff's gonna continue to get hammered. Yep. War nickels and 40% especially, yeah. And I got some war nickels on the way. I got them dirt cheap off the guy, off of Whatnot. Just a few of them. They do buyers giveaways. I wanted to get on a buyers giveaway, so I bought some war nickels. But and they make good giveaways and gifts and stuff too. So Sterling's looking appealing to you. It's been looking appealing to me. I got a really good deal on and on calculating the calculating the man, my audio is really ringing. I don't know why. That's not it. I think it's the microphone on this. I'm getting I need to put something in between the two. Yeah. Man, I hope you guys weren't getting your ears blown out by that sound there. I'm trying to follow y'all on the chat. And looks like you guys are got all kinds of stuff going on there. You like the 1 and 2 ounce reverse proof coins like the one in the left hand middle of the screen. Over here, that the one you're talking about, Dirk? These three coins, or these 2 coins in this round are for the giveaway for this month. And after midnight tomorrow night, we're going to give the choice of one of those 3 coins away. One of these 3 here. And this 1/2 gram of gold. So We're going to have one winner is going to get the half a gram of gold, and then another winner is going to get their choice of these 3 items here. And it's a commemorative dollar, Ellis Island commemorative dollar. It's 90%, just like a Morgan. And then this one is a commemorative dollar from 1984. Looks like Paralympics or something, maybe. I don't know. From the Olympics. What, the 23rd Olympics or something? I don't know. Los Angeles Olympics in 1984. So that's for the giveaway on the regular channel. If you go to the Merry Christmas free gold and silver giveaway video there, watch the video, be a subscriber, and like the video and leave the appropriate comment. You have to watch the video to see what the comment is, but you leave that comment down in the comments. That's what we'll use after midnight. I guess about 24 hours from now, you know, you'll be getting that there. Somebody will be. I think we're losing people. Let's see. Silver hit 150 before 2027. You may be right. I thought we were going to the moon the other day. You know, the big banks, I mean, they're crooked crooks. They are. And I hope they're listening. They're crooked crooks. Banks, you're crooked crooks. And they've been knocking prices down for years. The chickens are coming home to roost. I hope they lost millions the other day on their short positions and everything. You may or may not have a bunch of those $86 minis. You're right. Hey, when I don't know, it was about a year and a half ago, the dealers started selling them like crazy. I don't know, when prices were going up, hitting 55, I think people were cashing them in. So they just had bins and bins of them. And I got several different kinds. Of course, you've been watching the videos, you can see it. You know, that I think that brought a lot of those in, and now they saw how they sell so good. You're starting to see those are going up too, and you know, they're quite often out of stock. So, but there's a lot of guys on Whatnot selling those, and that's where I think those two came from, was Whatnot, and I had got them under melt, you know. Let's see. Grandma Joy calling angels with the ringing. I hope people didn't leave because of that ringing. We had about 14, 15 people in here at one time. Let's see. That's why you buy that Israeli silver, get back to them bankers. Yeah. I like the small banks too. I deal with small banks. I'm a shareholder of a bank that started here in my small town, and I was so glad that you know, they did their local bank. And you got a problem, you can go talk to the CEO. I mean, you see him at Arby's, you know. I mean, so I mean, you run into them around town. So they treat people well. They listen to their customers, their depositors, their investors. You know, that I like small banks, but you go in there talking about, I'm opening this account and putting money in here so I can deal with my gold and silver dealer and this kind of stuff, and they don't want to hear that. They want you to keep your money in there, and they want to loan your money to people and pay you measly pennies, you know, for your interest. They don't want you, you know, spending it on hard assets that they can't make any money off of. JP Morgan Chase switching their position to long and buying 750,000 physical ounces of silver in Shanghai metals market. And the new electronic batteries have broken the manipulation. Yeah, the batteries, the solar panels, a lot of silver's going into a lot of stuff. It's an industrial metal. It's been a store of wealth for 2,000 years. I mean, people are coming around. They're figuring out what's real money, and the banks are realizing, hey, if we aren't holding some of this, whenever it all does finally crash, we're in trouble. I don't think they're looking at selling it to Tesla or anything, but they're definitely trading their paper for real assets. And I was talking to Mrs. Down South, and I said, I wonder if someday soon banks aren't going to take silver for mortgage payments. I was seriously wondering that if boards of directors at these banks aren't starting to think about, okay, if somebody comes in with gold and silver, do you think we ought to take it? Because just like the bigger banks, they're thinking, hey, maybe we ought to get some physical positions, Ben Sherman, you've never did whatnot? Well, so here's the deal. Whenever I started with whatnot because of Spectacular. So that's the guy that, if you watch Coin Guy, he was doing the videos for Coin Guy, and then I don't know if they had a falling out or what, but Coin Guy is doing his own videos now, and Spegs kind of went on his own way. But Spectacular was doing whatnot sales, and all the whatnot has a referral deal, so you can refer somebody to whatnot, and they would give them up to a $200 credit. And it was like rolling the dice whenever you signed up for whatnot, and they would either give you $10 or anywhere from $10 to $200. So I signed up for whatnot, and I think I got $15 with the Spectacular's referral. So I used it. I got a heck of a deal on some silver and stuff, and then I started using my own referral code, and I put it on the videos. And what I do with that is when whatnot will match that code a little bit. So in the beginning, they matched what that person got, and one of our subscribers got a $200 credit, and I was ecstatic because whatnot gave me a $200 credit too. So I put it in the comments and stuff. Well, he commented, hey, that was me, and I got the credit, and it was awesome. But after he got that $200 credit, they knocked the referral code down to $15. So anybody that uses the referral code from the whatnot referral code from the channel page, and that's if you just click on the regular thing that sends you to the YouTube channel page for Down South Pickin and Stackin, right there in the description at the top, if you click on more or whatever, it gives you that referral code. You click on that, it'll send you to whatnot, open it up, and you join from that link. It'll give you $15. That was a long story and a long way around to saying it'll give you free $15. So if you want to try it out, you don't got to buy coins, you don't got to buy bullion. They sell everything. If you're into pocket knives, you can find you a $15 pocket knife and get it for free. They sell candy. They got ladies throwing candy in these big boxes, these flat rate shipping boxes for like $9. and whatever you bid on all the candy, that's what they'll send to you. And I've gained about 3 pounds. I bought one of them boxes of candy and took it to work, and I fed about 20 people Reese's cups for a month. But it was great. But yeah, so you can use a referral code there. It only gives $15 now, but whenever somebody does use that referral code, it gives the channel $5, and I can use that to spend on whatnot or whatever. I did spend the $200 referral money on giveaway stuff, so I had like 3 months of items that I gave away, and that really helped a lot because the ad revenue from the channel, I pledged all of that to giveaways for everybody, and I usually go over budget. I've said before, I'm not a charity. I don't do this for money. I do this to pass on information and stuff, and until I retire at least. I was hoping in another 4 years or so when I retire that maybe the YouTube channel will really take off and I could get some good residual income from it, But until then, I've been blessed with the things that have come my way, the knowledge from other people, for me to set aside a portion of my income or a portion of the stuff that I trade around and everything, to build real wealth with assets. And I feel an obligation to pass that on to other people, those blessings. This is all God's money. If that offends anybody out there, me saying that, then you don't have to be here listening, and I don't want to offend anybody, but it's true. This is all God's money, and where it goes is where He wants it to go. There are evil people that use it in the world to do evil things, and if I can do one good thing for somebody, then I'm going to do that. I don't have to have this stuff. This is all just stuff, but it's God's money. It's good stuff, and you should do good things with it. That's my opinion. Other people have other opinions. Other people may not have a religious opinion. I'm not a real religious person, but I am a believer, and that's the way I live my life. And that's all I'll say about that. I need to catch up on these comments here. Yeah, that's awesome, Brother Ben. I'm glad you've been blessed, I have too. I've been blessed with more than I deserve. Now, I've had some tragedies in my life, me and Mrs. Down South, we lost a child here a few years ago. He was an adult child, and it's really affected my life a lot, and the way I think about the world and other people, and it's drawn me a little personally closer to other people. I don't know, that's probably the best way I can put it, and it has pushed me away from certain people as well that that I feel that the Spirit has led me away from. So I don't know, you can take that any way you want to take it, but I try to turn tragedies into blessings, learn something from it, and carry on. It's just things happen. Life happens. There's times this went by, I haven't made a video for like a month or so, and I'll have packages just laying around, and it's like I just never seem to find the time. It wasn't the right time. And I don't make videos just to make videos, and I rarely do these live streams like this, but I had to get this set up, and I've been thinking about doing some whatnot stuff, so that's going to take some live streaming savvy, and I need to get used to it. And I know you guys are pretty forgiving with the screaming audio and all this kind of stuff, you know. But yeah, just this is what I've been led to do, you know, and it amazes me that a handful of people will sit around on a weeknight after midnight listening to me carry on and ramble and about this stuff, you know. But I'm trying to follow all you guys' comments here too. All your collecting's going to your kids. You never sell anything. That's a good idea, man. You know, change your family history. You know, put the stuff back, and you know, for like I said earlier, for 2,000 years, this stuff has been money. You know, and you hang on to it. The government don't know about it. You know, unless you're paying for it with a credit card. They don't know how much you have. Other people don't know how much you have. You know, I don't keep a half of what I have at home. You know, I don't. That's a security issue for me. But I have several locations I can keep things, including banks and stuff. You know that I'm not worried about not being able to access if something happens or something. You know, but yeah, save it, pass it down. The only thing I would sell some of this for is to purchase other assets or trade on the ratio. You know, that gold to silver ratio went under 60, and it's a really good opportunity for people that have been stacking silver to swap over to gold now. You probably heard that from other places, but it's true, you know. Just a few months ago, the ratio was 100 to 1. It took 100 ounces of silver to trade for 1 ounce of gold. And now we almost hit 50. So somebody that had bought 100 ounces a year ago and can trade half of that for an ounce of gold now have an ounce of gold and 50 ounces of silver still, you know. Or you could trade it all for 2 ounces of gold. So, you know, if you're not trading on the ratio, the only other thing I would sell part of your stack for would be hard assets like real estate. You know, if you've got bad mortgage terms or something, hey, swap it out and get out of that. If you got any kind of debt, you know, I don't borrow money. So I quit doing that years ago, and it's treated me well. The borrower is slave to the lender. You know, you if you buy a new car, you have to go to work for 3, 4, 5 years to pay that guy that just sold you that car. You know, and it's worth less the minute you drive it off the lot. So you are working for that guy. You know, I'm not an employee of a car dealer. You know, just to drive a pretty car. I just don't do that. And some people like to drive new vehicles. I got nothing against that. You know, Mrs. Down South likes to drive a new vehicle. She paid her vehicle off. You know, and she ain't planning on buying another one. Lord, please no. But no, she really likes her car, so I'm not worried about that. Ben, I'm glad you're sorting your dimes and you don't have to work tomorrow. That's great. I hope a lot of you don't have to work tomorrow. It's terrible to have to work over holidays, especially busy ones that are somewhat dangerous sometimes. Fuzzy Balls got a BU 61 Franklin for $24. That's awesome. That is an excellent price. Yeah, they're around $30 now, I think. You look for bargains. I look for bargains too. I'm always looking for bargains. Drive older cars and stack metals. That's right. I stack metals. I also stack lead. and and iron. Yeah, I do that because you never know what's going to happen. I need to look a couple of these up. You guys probably get them looked up faster than me, but we got this Frederick the Ninth, King of Denmark, 5 kroner. I got my World Book of Coins here. Look up Denmark. Frederick, what year was it? It's nice. You can just look at the little pictures here and see. This wasn't super old, so. All right, Grandma Joy, thanks for coming in. Love you. Take care of them babies. And congratulate that child number 2 on their new home. That's fantastic. I'm glad to see that they are doing well. Rotten in Denmark. There's the 9th. Guess what? Look at that. Y'all read that? Denmark. Look at that. 5 kroner. Denmark. Frederick the Ninth, King of Denmark. See that right there? SILV. It's got a girl on the back of that one. It says 1 kroner there. That's the wedding of Princess Anne-Marie is silver. This has got a different back though on this one. That one's cupronickel. Oh, well, I got too excited. That's a 72 though. Makes it a $1 coin. But it's not showing that same back. See these other kroners, it's showing silver, 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 but they're not showing this back on there. At the beginning of these, they show a little graph in this book of the date 60 to 64, and then up here, let's see, we got 70, 31. Those are just standard. Scandinavian Monetary Union. See Appendix A. Looks like 60 to 64, the 5 kroner was silver. I guess unless it was one of those special ones. But I'm not seeing the back of this one. See, it's got a back similar to that. It's got a shield back. Minis, you didn't lose those Denmark kroners in a boating accident, man? Man, they're just not showing this one. So I gotta probably put it into that category. I don't know. 60 to 72. VF $1. Boy, I got my hopes up there for a minute. Didn't make them for too many years then. They're just showing the 1 kroner. They're not showing the 5. That's why the picture's different. But they're listing the 5 right here. Copper nickel. Ah, shucks. Got my hopes up all for nothing there. Oh, let's see if we can find a different one. It's a 1972. I'm gonna have to look that video up there, minis. Oh, and yeah, you know, I'm a fan of minis too. And I haven't told you that, and I haven't put that in the videos or anything, your comments, but for probably the last 3-4 years, I got a group of guys that are sort of my age, you know. We have a game night pretty much every Friday, except for the last couple months. Everybody's been so busy, and we've had life things going on and stuff. But I've got a mini that I painted for a campaign that I was running, and this is Planchet. He is a juvenile gold dragon. And he didn't really do anything, and he was kind of back. He was just in the room one day, you know, when they were meeting the king, who was a gold dragon in human form, and this was like his grandson, and he was in the corner with a little pile of gold and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I've been wanting to use him and put him here on the table at some time, but yeah, pretty sure he's a whiz kids. Yeah, I painted him up. I could have done a better job, but I had a lot of stuff, a lot of court things, you know, throne and all kinds of stuff going on in there, and the pages and the people, all the extras in the room and everything that weren't going to be in melee combat or anything like that, you know. And it was like just part of the narrative of the story, you know, storyline. And you know, I didn't know, but you know, you wanted to have the minis in case, you know, we had the one crazy rogue or something that decided he was going to go steal out of the gold pile or something. But anyways, yeah, I thought he needs to have a space out here somewhere, but yeah, we'll just kind of leave him over there in the background. He can guard the gold back here, but the gold that is not gold. This one's got rust on it, so we know that is not silver. Man, I got my hopes up big time for that one. That would have been great. I paid $8 for all these, and you know, it was fun just going through them and looking at them and stuff. And you know, I pulled a couple keepers out of there for sure. You know, some really old coins and stuff. It was kind of neat. but I don't know anything else that might be silver. That one's got some toning on it. 5 centésimos. Oh, Mike could look that one up. That was Uruguay from 1901. So we're gonna look that one up. Uruguay from 1901. Go way back in the back of the book. Uruguay from 1901. And then what was it? 20 something? It's got a big sunburst on it. 5 centésimos. Well, looks like copper. They had some silver. 5 pesos of gold. So 100 centésimos is 1 real up to 1862. And 100 centésimos is 1 peso from 1862 to the present, apparently. So so they have some pesos that are silver, but it doesn't look like they have any 5 centésimos that were silver at all. They had a 10 centésimo that was silver, a 20 and a 50, and then a peso up to 1917. And this one was 1901. So I think we're going to be out of luck on that one. We're up to second coinage. Third coinage in 1901 was copper nickel. In very fine condition, $2, uncirculated, 15. I mean, it's not bad condition, really. Interesting. Alright, next. Let's try to find out what this is. $1941. Belgium. It's probably going to be 5 francs. Leopold III. Huh. There's one here that's nickel bronze that is bringing a lot, but it's not that one. Sure we had the date right on that. You think he picked them over good, huh? For $8? Yeah, I'd say he He actually gave me a bag of coins for giveaways, and I think I've given most of them away to the Down South Prime guys over there. And some of them I put back. Belgian Congo. I'm in Belgian Congo. I don't know why I'm in Belgian Congo. I think I went too far. Belgium. Let's see, 5 francs, 1865 to 76. There was some silver. Not in 1941. 1940, 48 to 60. 1918 looks like was the last 5 francs that were silver. So it may not even be in here. Oh, there it is. It's not francs, it's centimes. Yeah, German occupation, it says. Yeah. 1940 to 45, German occupation. Very fine, $1. Zinc. Zinc. And that does look like what an old zinc penny does. Yeah. Let's look up this one. Did you guys say that Empire Sharifin was in Morocco? Is that what that was? Maroc. I hope you guys are finding this interesting. I mean, I hope I'm not boring you guys to death. I'm kind of having fun. I like looking through these old coins. I can sit and look for hours, so Monaco. Montenegro, Morocco. Hey, yeah, look here. Looks like they're bronze, probably. These are interesting coins, though. Look at here. It's got an octagon shape, though. Oh. It does. You see the octagon inside there? And you can barely see the lines of that like, looks like a Star of David almost. But it's a bronze alloy. Cool though. From 1946. Yeah. Who's next? Common. Australian quarter from 1966. It says 10 cents. I don't keep up with Australian stuff, but probably going to be bronze. And my book only goes to 1964, so. Australian coins go way back. Far out, man. How's it going, Farkin' Ice Hole? I'm up late, bro. $100 of Ethereum. I don't even know what that is. When it was like 30 cents a share, had it for like 6 months, wasn't doing anything, so I sold it at a small profit. Current value 18 million. You're kidding me. There's something worth $18 million and I don't even know what it is. Ethereum. That's I guess that's some kind of cryptocurrency. Crypto. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember a buddy of mine, man. He was talking to my supervisor, and this was about 10 years ago. And he was talking about Bitcoin and all this, and I don't know. He's like, yeah, it's like $4,000 now. I'm like, dude, you're crazy paying $4,000. He's like, yeah, but I don't have $4,000, but I put 500 in it, you know. And I'm like, yeah, man, you're stupid. Yeah, well, I think he sold it before it went to, 100,000 and stuff, and I think he made some money, but man, I don't know. Anything I can't just hold in my hand is really hard for me to. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's too bad though. Man, that's maybe $18 million. It wasn't meant to be for you. That might have ruined your life. You're like, yeah, right. Yeah, you never know. I mean, money's bad for some people, especially getting it, a bunch of it. Like, it can destroy people that, can't handle it. I'm not saying you can't handle money, and don't misunderstand me. But yeah, it just wasn't meant to be, huh? Well, I'm glad that you've come over from the dark side over here to God's money. What was that? Helvetica? Is that France? Helvetica? Yeah, I bought some of them Powerball tickets to that 1.7 billion the other day, and I don't know, man. I'm kind of glad I didn't win that. That poor sap that won all that money. You know how many people he's gonna have to hire to keep his daughter from getting kidnapped and stuff? I mean, it could really. It's almost a curse, huh? Switzerland. That I knew you'd have that answer. Switzerland. Well, Switzerland, they have money, right? They have silver. Was that a silver coin? Do they use silver in Switzerland? Did they use silver in Switzerland in whatever year this is? I gotta find a silver coin in here. 1962. I doubt it. Hi from New Zealand. You're a Kiwi. Welcome, Kiwi. That's awesome. I knew if I stayed up late enough, I'd get somebody from down under. I'm waiting on Akadaka Stacker to jump in here. He'll probably wake up here in a little bit. Maybe we'll get him. I had to send him some silver here a while back. But yeah, Quantum Herbalist. That's good to see you from New Zealand, brother or sister. They were silver in 1962, but that has to be a half franc or higher. Well, it says 5. It doesn't say francs or Guibies or whatever. Well, welcome, sister. It's good to have you here. All the way from New Zealand. Wow. Other side of the earth. Man, isn't it amazing how you can, carry a device in your pocket where you can talk to people on the other side of the earth, man. That blows my mind. We're about to lose power on our scope because we've been running for hours and hours. I guess I can unplug my phone for a while and we can watch the chat on the phone without the power running. Plug this baby in. Get some juice going on it. There we go. 4 hours to New Year. You got big plans down there in New Zealand for the New Year? Are you having people over? Are you going summers, or you got a party to attend or anything like that down there? Or are you already partying? I don't know. 4 hours. Some people start early now. Here in Tennessee, I'm surprised we ain't hearing cars already crashing into stuff out here. You're right. Every one of them things say Helvetia on it. 5. Five. Zinc. Billet. 5. Wrapping. Is that what they're called? 5 wrapping. There's 5 francs in 1922 is silver. All that stuff with her face on it, though, don't look like it's silver. Got people coming over. That's good. Well, Dirk, don't let me keep you up, buddy. We appreciate you coming by, and I'll have to do some more of these live streams. I know if I can keep 5-10 people in here and we can have a good time checking stuff and looking at things and all that, it's good. I hope you guys ain't been bombarded with a bunch of ads or anything. I don't know. Have y'all seen any ads? Because I don't know. I haven't seen none on this little stream thing I got going, so I don't even know if there's ads running on this stuff. 5 wrapping. Okay. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I see it now. I see one right here. Right here. There's a 5 wrapping right there. $1.25 for a nickel wrapping. You did see a few ads early on? Okay. You're going to be back later. $0.25 since 1979. I can't look up 1979. Look those up. $72. 1 marca. I was going to look that up. Marca. Tassavolta Suomen. ever noticed so many women on coins are so unappealing in appearance? I don't know. You seen them stand in Liberty quarters? Have you seen a Libertad? What year is the marca? Let's see. Looks like newer, 1960. Sorry, you can't see it, but I'm thinking 1960. Marca's finish. Okay. One finish marca. Should we look up a finish marca? Let's see, Nepal. FGHIJK. Finland. Finland only has like one page. Maybe two. One marca. 1960. N-PL. Is that platinum? Plutonium? It should tell me. Huh? Maybe in the front of the book? Yeah, Susan B. Anthony was, I agree, she was not an attractive lady on the coin. Nickel-plated iron. We are nickel-plated iron on the marca. I think I'll give that to my son, though, because he likes to say that. Marca. One marca. Oh, Russian 1952, 62, 10 kopecks or whatever. I doubt that's silver. Yeah, Harriet Tubman. Yeah, she wasn't a very attractive lady either, in my opinion, and I think that's a description of. I mean, I think she was described as not attractive, like had scars on her face and stuff, and yeah, but she was rough. She was rough as a cob, and she. I mean, she actually fought. With Union soldiers. I mean, they went and took positions and stuff later on, and her career of liberating captives and all that. She actually led squads of Union soldiers and stuff on raids. So, yeah. I wouldn't have wanted to cross her. But as far as women on coins, I mean, Marianne on the French coins, I think those are beautiful coins. And the early Queen Elizabeth II. I mean, those are very complimenting images of her. In her early years. Now that gal in Italy right there, I would agree, not my type. Yeah. Yeah, Mrs. Down South, a whole lot better looking than her. And dudes on coins, you talk about ugly guys, man. I mean, this old boy fell out the ugly tree, didn't miss no branches on the way down. And I think the Mexican eagle looks like a turkey. But Russia quit doing silver in the 20s. Yeah. What do they call that? Grisham's Law. Stuff's worth more than the money it disappears from circulation. Imagine that happened really early. Common symptom of socialism is debased currency and quickly. Yep, exactly. Yeah. And, I was raised, I'm pretty much a product of the 70s and 80s. And I was raised to hate Russians. You know, they were going to bomb us into oblivion, and they were these evil people and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, I graduated high school and went off to the army, and I ended up in Germany. And, the Berlin Wall had just come down, and I actually met some Russian people that were, well, they were East German, but they were, they were Russian. Spoke Russian, spoke German too, but, I met some of those people, and, you know, they said some of the same things that, they were told to hate Americans, and but they loved everything about America. Loved Levi's, blue jeans, and you know, it, even our crappy Budweiser beer. I mean, it was like it was a whole different world, and that's one thing governments can completely turn you against peoples, and that I've heard stories from soldiers from World War II and stuff, and you know they say I might like to go fishing with that man or something like that. People that they killed, they have a hard time uh, dealing with those traumas and stuff from war and everything, and it all comes around to just treating each other with kindness, no matter what our differences are and stuff. And I may say off-color things sometimes about people from different countries or people that talk a certain way or something like that. And look, I don't speak perfect English myself, but it's all in fun, and that comes, I think, with maturity and growing up and actually seeing other people from other places in the world, and how they live and everything. And the more I try to, become a better person, and, the more I see other people that are going the opposite direction divisively, and whether it's politics or, religion, or, all those things you shouldn't talk about at Thanksgiving. Y'all don't have Thanksgiving down there in New Zealand, do you? Oh, probably not. I guess they didn't have Pilgrims and Indians in New Zealand, but they got the Maori people down there though. Them guys, they terrify me. You don't want to go up against them people. Benny's, you was in Bosnia. I was in Germany probably when you were in Bosnia. That is very true. Cultures can be problematic, and people moving to places and expecting their ideals and culture to be accepted, and people to assimilate to their culture, that's what I disagree with. Whether it's, when I was in Germany, I didn't expect German people to assimilate to my culture, to and when people come to America or something, when I meet foreign people that are visiting, I'm very gracious and try to be kind, and want to show them what America is about, and but I'm not going to change to their value system or whatever. I mean, or whatever. I'm not wearing a hat on special hat or anything around them or nothing like that. I mean, I'm me, who I am, and if they can't accept that, then that's their problem. That's right, Dirk. The leaders divide us. That's how they keep their power. That's how they take control. The same way with our money. They turn it into worthless nothing over time. Slowly rob us of any wealth that we would have, even while we're busting our butts to get the means to trade. Wow. We didn't find one silver nothing out of all that, did we? Not even close. Especially that Italian stuff. I don't know. This one was pretty neat though. This Argentina horse guy. Too bad it had some rust on it or something, or to eat through the cladding. It's getting stomped as we speak. What's Spot at right now? I don't have my Kitco app open. $71? Oh my gosh. Wow. Last I checked it was like 75, almost 76. We're having some crazy swings. I think it's probably going to settle out, within the next couple weeks. We'll probably see where things are going to go, but you guys want to see these rounds some more? See these rounds some more that I got the other day. Price discovery, yeah. Is there anybody in here right now that hasn't watched the video from the gun show where I picked up these silver rounds? Anybody? Raise your hand. I pulled buffaloes, all the buffaloes out of here, and stuck them in my buffalo tube, which is full now. It's over full. I got 22 buffaloes in here now, and they're all different. I mean, some of them are the same, but they're from different companies and places and stuff. But yeah, I just love that sound, man. It just sounds like real money. Let's see. Study our founding fathers' ideals. Yeah, they wanted everybody to be free to express their ideals, free to express the way they wanted to live, and they wanted to be free from excess taxation without representation. And we have gotten way far away from that. Yeah, be cool or be cast out. That's right. Yeah. I think, I don't want to make this like a religious thing or anything, but a lot of them were, our founding fathers, they came from Quaker backgrounds and things, so they were you know, into religious beliefs, and you know, they fought wars against the Barbary pirates and all them. You know, these same people that are invading our country now and trying to change our culture. You know, and there's reasons why they wanted things the way they laid them out. But anyways, yeah, it's like the St. Gaudens design from Silvertown. There. I've got to get a better camera than this because it's just really stinky. I wish there was a way to sharpen it up somehow. There's no adjustments on this thing. It just plugs into the computer. This is one. Yeah, thanks, Woodrow Wilson. Yeah, have a good lunch there, minis. Yeah, I'm sure Russians made a lot of good commercials about us, especially in like the 80s and stuff. And let's see, it's the Morgan design. Got a little milky spot up there. But that's okay. These are generics. And for $55 at the gun show, I'll take them. I thought about putting this one in a capsule, but it's already got some scratches and stuff on it. It's got a kind of proof-like finish. And I was in the Army, so I kind of like Army stuff. Desert Storm. This is a generic prospector. It's not one of the Engelhardt or whatever. This has got some toning on it. It's one of them trade dollars, trade unit. Yeah, I heard they're not reeled up on the gay stuff over there in Russia. They don't folks don't carry on over there the way they do over here. I don't mean to say it that way, but it's a lot more toned down over there, I guess. Some of these are the same. That's a little more shiny. Got a little reverse proof thing going on there. It's kind of nice. So yeah, the old boy was selling these for $55 a piece, and the Eagles, I don't got the Eagles put away. Not in this location. And Eagles were $60. And spot was 67 that day. I like this design here, this Incuse design. Pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't even hear anything over here that remotely sounded silver. Minis was right, I think. Oh boy, picked through those quite well. But these sure sound silver. We are going on, man, 2.5, 3 hours. It's about 10:30, was it? Started this. Man, it's pretty long. Ain't nobody gonna watch this. This guy's so boring. Yeah, it wasn't a thing when I was in high school either. You know, I didn't know any gay people. I mean, I knew some, but I mean that are gay now that I know they're gay. But back then, I just thought, you know, they just a little different. They weren't like, you know, cruising me in the bathroom or anything. You know, they weren't like openly gay. You know, I knew some people that, you know, this is back in the 80s. You know, it wasn't a cool thing back then. You know, to, you know, I mean, people get hurt. I'm not saying that in a threatening way to threaten anybody or anything, but they knew that people would hurt them. I wouldn't be one of them people to do anything like that, but they, you know, I'm sure some of them people were absolutely terrified, you know, and it's not my place to judge people and how they live. You know, I can tell them how they can be saved, you know, but it's not my place to judge them, you know. But over in Russia, the Orthodox religious people tend to be pretty judgy, from what I hear. You know. But I think it all goes back to treat people how you would like to be treated, and you know, I'm not going to change myself, you know, to assimilate to your culture. And in the same breath, I don't expect somebody else to, you know, assimilate to my beliefs. You know, that's what freedom's all about. But it's a two-way street, you know. And ultimately, in my opinion and belief, there's only one person that we have to answer to. So, and he wants me to love everybody and treat everybody fairly. So, man, that's a lot of foreign coins. Like, I want a bunch of stuff. I'll just bag these up in little bags and give them away. The down south prime folks are probably going to get little bags of these with their winnings whenever. Maybe some of the regular channel people. Yeah, I can make up a few little bags of those and send them out. I probably could just stick them back in that bag. I'm gonna have to get me some more foreign coins to go through and do another video. I don't know how I'll sit and talk for hours. Welcome back, Cotter. Manny, did you see anything in there that really tripped your fancy, or was it all a bunch of blah that you probably got 4 boxes of there at the house? This one I didn't look up though. I thought this is something different. This industry, what is it? What year was that? 1 franc. 1922. Commerce and Industry. France. There it is. Uncirculated, $12.50. Wow. It is aluminum bronze. I guess. Yeah, fuzzy balls. When we got a Atari. I think whenever I was maybe 8 or 10, something like that. You had to screw it into the back of the TV and all that. Yeah, aluminum bronze. That's a cool coin though. Like that. I remember I got a Nintendo when I was probably about 15 when I got a Nintendo. Tank Battle. Combat, you mean? Atari Combat? Everybody had Combat. We got the Nintendo early Christmas. My mom had it put back for Christmas, and we kept pestering her. We want a Nintendo, or Atari. We kept pestering her. She had the Atari put back. We want an Atari. We want that Atari and all that. And she let it out that we was getting it. And then she let it out that she had done got it. Once we knew she had already got it, she gave us the Atari in like November, I think, or I don't know, whenever it was. It was way before Christmas. We wore her out. Yeah, Atari 2600. Yeah, I didn't get the 5200. We had Atari 2600, and then my dad got a Commodore 64, and I had a friend that moved to Davenport, Iowa, and they had a big like billboard, what was it, 1200 baud modem thing where you could download the basic games to a floppy disk, and he sent me a whole box full of discs of games and stuff, and I sat and played on those until Nintendo's come out. My friend got a Nintendo, and after a couple years, I said that's what I wanted for my birthday. So I think I was 15 when I got the Nintendo. I might have been 16. I think it was right before I started driving. Yeah, I think I was 15. Got that Nintendo, and I gave that to my nephew whenever I went off to the army. After I went off the army, like I came back from Germany, and I gave him that for his birthday or something. But yeah, I had the Pac-Man. I didn't have Centipede, I don't think. I think I borrowed it from a friend one time and played it. Missile Command was fun. Yeah, I played Legend of Zelda and Metroid. Super Metroid. I think we played that, and I might have been in the army on Super Nintendo or something. Super Nintendo came out when I was in Germany, I think. I loved Galaga. I used to play that at the bowling alley when I was a kid, man. Galaga and Gyrus. That Gyrus game was so much fun. There was an asteroids machine at this little cafe down the road from my school. After school, I would walk down to that little cafe and get a hamburger for $1. I got $1.50, I think, for my lunch money back then. I'd get a hamburger for $1, and I'd spend 50 cents in the asteroids game. Now I had Dig Dug on the, I want Commodore. Might have been Sega. Or the computer. One of them. Yeah, I like playing Dig Dug. I remember playing that on the console arcade games at the arcade. Let me look up this one. Hold here. From 1883. I doubt that's silver. Pitfall was fun. I played a lot of Pitfall. Looks like it is copper nickel. Yep. The 5 centavos was silver. A little bit before then. I don't know where this is from. Some like Asian dude with a hat on. Oh, is that Hong Kong? $1951. Yeah, I don't play any games anymore. I got a little Goblin Gold game on my phone that I play. It's like a time resource based digging the mine thing. Yeah, it's Hong Kong. From 51. That's about the only game I play anymore. Hong Kong Phooey. #1 super guy. Quicker than a human eye. Chicka-chow, 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 wow, wow, choo, choo, choo. Hong Kong Phooey. Panrific. $51 George the Sixth nickel. No, that's 37 to 52. Nickel, nickel. Nickel, bronze, copper, nickel. That was the last one before Queen Elizabeth. Woo, 72.22. Rock it on up, baby. And that right there gets stuck in your Coke machine over there in England, I bet. They got so many different coins. I don't know how they use a vending machine over there. I don't know. When I was there, I don't know, they had slot machines, all kind of stuff, and they took them big 10 pence and 50 pence and the 2-pound coins and the little pounds. The pounds are about that size and round. I don't know if I take those or not. What is $23.36 per kilo in an ounce price? Well, that would be $2.33 a gram, and there's 31.1 grams in a troy ounce. So $2.33 times 31.1. Yeah, the shillings and farthings and all that stuff really twists me up, man. I have to look it up every time. But I do really like old Irish silver coins. What are those silver bars I have? Which ones? These? I got lots of silver bars. There's some more over here. Some more over there. Yeah. It's just I use a few of them for my display for my videos and stuff, but they're silver. This is a Scottsdale 10 troy ounce, which really chunky for 10-ounce bar. But I got that from Sam up at Spencer Coin and Silver. I did a video or two up there with Sam. I got this back when silver was $38 an ounce. I think that was this past summer. So it's worth about twice what I paid for it back then. That one there is a kilo from the Perth Mint. It's a little heavier. And I'm sorry my camera isn't that great, but it's got the swan there from the Perth Mint. Try to get it where you can see it. I don't know if you get where my little ruler is. I got a little ruler. Give you an idea. Get some of these books and junk out of the way. So this are inch increments. These are eighths on the top, 16ths is on the bottom. So we're over a ½ inch, about ¾ about 3/4 thick, about 2 inches wide. Looks like it's going to be about 4 inches long, a little less, 3 3/4 long, and it weighs 1 kilo, which is 1,000 grams. This one's a Scottsdale 100-gram. So there's 10 of these in a kilo. And that's 1 troy ounce. So 100 grams is a little over 3 ounces. This is 1 ounce Scottsdale. This is another 100-ounce Scottsdale. 100 grams, not ounces, 100 grams. 100 grams, 100 grams. They're shaped a little different. This one's a little wider, as this one is a little taller. So they use 2 different molds for these, apparently. And they just stamped them out differently. And this 10 ounce, so there's over 3 of these in this. This is a hand pour, go away fid, 1 ounce. Way back when silver was in the 30s. That's the way I talk when I get carded at the store for tobacco products. Well, thank you, young lady. I was born back in the 1900s, and it makes me feel good when I get asked for my ID. You know, kind of like Bill Clinton would talk to girls at the bookstore. Richie, you started buying when it was 38. That's good, brother. That's good. That's real good, man. I was buying at 38. I got some under 20, I think. And well, I mean, if you count way back when I was just a kid, it was a lot lower than that. But yeah, Epstein Island. Bill Clinton got a lot of talking done over there, from what I hear. Oh. Man, I haven't taken a break or anything. You don't card anybody? You work at a retail establishment there, Fuzzy Balls? You gotta be careful, man. Them detectives will send these high school kids in there that's starting bald already, losing their hair, got a beard and losing their hair on top. It's migrating from the top of their head to their chin, and they're still 17. Man, they'll send them into your store, because they get hemmed up on something somewhere. They'll get them to go in your store to try to get you, man. So be careful. That's some Oliver Anthony lyrics there, Minis. One of my first live streams, I don't know if I archived it or what, but I was playing some music and stuff, and it flagged me. It flagged me for I think a Pink Floyd song or something. That I was playing on guitar. I don't even think I was singing or anything, but it gave me a strike. It didn't give me a strike, but it did something. I don't know what it did. I think it took the video down for a little while or something. And I don't know. So I haven't, got my guitar out and played or anything during any of my videos there for a while. Not since then, actually. But I've been wanting to, but you gotta figure out this software, this OBS thing, and all that, getting everything plugged in. I've got a Yamaha board that I can plug my guitar, a mic, effects, all that stuff. But you see how much trouble I've had tonight just with the feedback and all this kind of stuff. And that has something to do with this camera right here, I'm pretty sure. I've got the mics taped up because I don't want the sound coming from this. I want it coming from my big microphone up here. And when I film on my phone, I've got a lavalier mic that I plug in through that sometimes, or I just use the mic off of it. So it's a completely different setup than my regular videos doing this live stream stuff. But my last video, I gave you a 2-week ban. Were you like dressed up in lederhosen making sausage like Kramer or something? Was it accordion music? like you hear at the fest? Here at the Chris Kindle Market? They claimed it was a Nazi song. Oh, come on. How would they know? Wow. That's something else, man. I thought I had the volume turned off for that. Video capture device. I got it completely turned off now. I don't know. That's weird. I'm still getting this buzzing. It might be from the gain. Low gain. I went back to low gain. I think that's probably what it was, but you guys said you couldn't hear good. Just a coin and folk music. You appealed and lost. Okay, I'm good. I'm glad it's not ringing and all that. And Grandma Joy was hearing, whee, thought the angels were singing. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Is there anybody in here that wasn't subscribed before tonight? Do I ever sleep? I'm on vacation, so I fall asleep like throughout the day if I'm not doing something or whatever. I had to go around pay some bills today. Renee, you weren't subscribed. You subscribed now? You're not subscribed yet, Sophie? Okay. I thought you had to be subscribed to chat stuff in the chat. Really? Fuzzy Balls, you wasn't subscribed? You guys know about the giveaway, right? The subscriber giveaway? Yeah, what? Yeah, I know. I don't know how to do that, man. I was trying to make it subscribers only. I mean, there was somebody in there earlier that I was having to click show because they were saying some crazy stuff and all that. You're totally new? All right. Are you totally new to the silver stacking game? Richie just subscribed. Thanks, Richie. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, welcome. Welcome, Renee, everybody. Yeah, welcome. So we went through a bunch of foreign coins tonight. You're new to coins, new to me? All right. Are you new to silver and gold? Do you know anything about silver and gold or precious metals or real money? Because that's our community. Addicted to minis and loving it. He's got a YouTube channel. Wee. All right. Yeah. We that's what we do. We spread the word and Silver University, yeah. Since January 2025. You're not new to coins. Okay. Okay, I got it. Sorry, I misread that. Yeah. Since January 2025. All right. Cool. Is it just coins or silver and gold and like precious metals, or you just collect coins, or what are you into? You hoard. All right. Okay, awesome. Yeah, into everything. All right, good, cool deal. Yeah, yeah. We're all about the physical stuff here. Yeah. Well, if you guys are new to me, uh, I don't do this for a living. I don't do this for money. This is kind of a hobby for me. I got into stacking to get, to start building wealth, you know, to get into real money and out of fiat currency. And I've really been heavy stacking for the last probably 3.5, 4 years. And little Olivia Newton John there. So I started buying silver and gold from online dealers. And when the boxes started coming, I thought it'd be a good idea. It'd be cool if I unboxed it, did a video. So I started recording my unboxings, and it was really rudimentary in the beginning. And I had like nobody watching, for a while. And of course, I watched a lot of YouTube, and I'm, uh, I got ideas from them, on where to buy from and things like that. And that's how I kind of started my journey on YouTube. And it took me about a year to get monetized. And I pledged all of my ad revenue to giveaways for my subscribers, at least until I retire. And that's a few years down the road yet. So everything I do on here, any kind of premiums I get, any kind of ad revenue, tips, super chats, all that kind of stuff, it all goes back to the subscribers. So that's what I do. And this is our giveaway for December and kind of November. I slacked off in November. I had some life stuff going on, and I didn't do a giveaway, so I'm doing kind of a double giveaway for December. And everybody has a chance to enter until midnight tonight, because it is now the 31st. And on New Year's Day, I'll do a video. We're going to give away that 0.5 gram of gold right there to one person. And we're going to give a choice of one of these 3 silver items, that either one of these 2 coins or this 1 ounce Merry Christmas round. And, and all you got to do is leave a comment on the entry video. If you look at my playlist, go in there and look at the free gold and silver Merry Christmas December 2025. Don't go to the December 2024 or January 2025. This is one of the other videos. I do giveaways pretty much every month. So, go to the correct one, and you can enter, and you get at least 2 chances. And then the 2, I have paid subscribers too. So the 2 coins or items of silver that are not picked are going to go to the Down South Prime, my paid subscribers, both of those. And then there'll be 2 giveaways for them. I do exclusive content and giveaways for the paid subscribers. And it's usually what I got left over. They're probably going to get piles of these foreign coins too for the next couple months. We're sending out Christmas cards to the paid subscribers with some gold grain cards in there. And Grandmother Joy, actually, that was just in the room here a few minutes ago, she's one of my paid subscribers, and she actually won the Scottsdale Reserve 1 ounce round for the Prime members. The regular subscribers wouldn't know that, because the Prime member videos are private only for Prime members. So But yeah, she won that. She'll have that coming to her real soon. I need to get that mailed out tomorrow. Well, I hope you don't buy crap and get burned. Especially like gyms and stuff. That's a niche market right there. I mean, jewelers. Those guys are pretty shrewd. My neighbor's a jeweler, and he gets good money for his stuff. But it's a rough market for them right now. The prices of gold and silver and stuff has gone way up. But he makes a lot of his jewelry. There's a huge wholesale market, but he makes a lot of his jewelry, and the gems and things he puts in there, I have no idea. I don't think he cuts any of them, but I think they may come from, he may pull those out of old pieces or something. Who knows? But your coin store has lab-made diamonds. Yeah. Lab-made diamonds, that sounds like fiat currency to me. I'm not shooting it down, but, I wouldn't know what to do with them. Unless I was making jewelry or something, and, unless you live, like, close to the Diamond District in New York or something, or where they move a lot of that stuff, I don't know nothing about it. Who's in Germany right now? So you're in the Great Lakes. I gotta read more of these comments. I went to a sapphire mine in North Carolina with my friend. I bought a camper off of eBay, and we drove my little Isuzu Pup pickup truck from Middle Tennessee all the way through the mountains into North Carolina, and I had the wrong trailer hitch. I had to finagle things to get that thing hooked up, and it was jacked up, dragging the back bumper halfway home. But we stopped at this sapphire mine in North Carolina, and we bought a bucket of what do they call it, conglomerate or something. But it was a bucket like straight out of the mine. Like they just took a shovel and a pick and just knocked stuff off the walls into the bucket, and they sold you the bucket for, I don't remember, it was like $50 or something. And they had this little slough thing, and you could dump it in there and pan them out kind of like gold, But there's some big old chunks of raw sapphires and stuff I got laying around somewhere that were really cool. Big, I'm talking like, a couple inches and stuff. Look, big crystals, purple crystals and things. It was really neat. Sapphire mine. That was cool. That was fun. We went out to Arkansas, out to the Crater of Diamonds National Park one year. It was in the middle of July. It was hotter than a $2 pistol, and we just sweating down out in this big mud field, dirt, mud, and this giant like D10 bulldozer with a rake on the back of it, just raking up the soil constantly. And people was out there digging through the dirt and stuff, trying to find diamonds. I never found me no diamond, but I found a agate that was about the size of a softball, and I need to cut that thing. I got a rock saw. I need to cut that thing up into slabs. I think that thing would be cool. Yeah, they let you keep what you dig up if you can find it, but most of the things that are found, they look like little black pieces of glass. They got little shops there around. It's Murfreesboro, Arkansas, is where it's at, and they got these little shops that you can go in, and they've got little diamonds carded up and stuff, kind of like in 2x2s and things, and but they're mostly most of the diamonds that came out of there are industrial grade, like stuff they crush up and put on like saw tips and stuff like that, and saw blades, so or abrasives. That's what they ended up using most of the things. But there's some people that's found some big old clunkers out of there too. And not too long ago, I think there was a kid that found a decent sized diamond that ended up being worth a lot of money. It was. I'd like to say it was fun. If it this time of year, it'd probably be fun. In the middle of July in Arkansas heat, it wasn't much fun. Our whole family was there. I'm talking my mom, daddy, and my wife, my boys, my nephews and nieces. I think both my sisters was there, all their kids. I mean, but they had a swimming pool right there, like at the park. Like you had the swimming pool, you walk through these gates, and you're in the dirt. You can dig up these diamonds. So the swimming pool made a lot of money. I think a lot of people would dump their kids off at the pool and go out there digging in the dirt and stuff and all that. But I think most of our kids ended up in the pool. But we stayed at a campground that there was a lake there, and we swam in the lake a lot. But it was hot. It's hot. If you ever go out there and do that, the diamond mine thing, go in the spring or fall or winter, somewhere it isn't ungodly hot, because that was something else. I mean, you get high hopes, yeah, find a diamond or whatever, but if you do, it's probably going to be industrial grade and not like nothing you could put in jewelry or anything. Most of them are like black, look like black glass. And I don't do any gems or anything like that though. I've never been a real big jewelry person either. You found a meteorite, Renee? I'll probably turn Sophie off to the diamond mine. I don't know. Mrs. Down South, she says she's ready to go back. She wants to go back and dig up some diamonds. She likes it outside in the heat. She likes to hike and all that. Trying to find. I got a meteorite. I like to collect stuff too. Sometimes my collecting gets in the way of my stacking. Here's a meteorite. This is from Campo del Cielo, Argentina. Let me see if the scope is. This thing looks super cool under the scope. See if I can get it at all. The plastic really screws it up. There we go. The LED lights didn't do it much either, but so this thing melted through the atmosphere It says it's less than a tenth of a gram crystal. Don't know exactly what else it's made out of, but I think it looks pretty cool. Looks kind of like an ancient coin piece, you know, but it's a rock. You can tell the shape of it and everything. Yeah, Sophie, you missed the rooster conversation where my friend bought a bunch at 500. Now they're like $800. That's the backside. I don't think I have any gold close. I don't keep my gold here. This is the first meteorite I've ever held or looked at or anything. But it's really neat looking, especially not under the scope. If I can turn it a little bit and refocus, like you can look at the side. There you go. The background lighting makes it look pink or reddish, but it looks silver. It's really cool. Kind of how it trails like that right there. Dang, my finger dirty. Been out in the shop on the anvil, and you just can't get all that stuff out of your fingerprints. That piece there, how it trailed, makes you think it went through the atmosphere at this angle. The way it melted it. Uh, International Numismatic Bureau. Yeah. Yeah, so Yeah, I've got a lot of collections too, and I could probably. I got tons of like my mom saved everything from when I was a kid. I got Star Wars stuff, and I had Legos and uh, Hot Wheels and all that stuff too. And some of that stuff disappeared. Uh, that happens when you got teenage boys. You know, things go to yard sales, stuff like that. Like my old Sega and those games, all that stuff disappeared too. But I still got a lot of the toys, toys. Thought about selling some of that stuff on eBay, maybe whatnot. I don't know. Depends. Do I want to turn it into silver, or do I want to put it towards the mortgage? Silver goes up much more. We may do a big whatnot sale and pay off the house. Who knows? Yeah, that's cool, Renee. Do you have a YouTube channel, Renee? I'd like to see that meteorite. You got some cool stuff. You should do a YouTube channel. Yeah, Constitutional does have some pretty low premiums right now. Unless you're buying Morgans and stuff like that. I got a Morgan I need to unbox. As far as not paying spot and stuff, though, I've been seeing a lot of that. Some people are getting pretty good deals. Yeah, what's your YouTube channel? Do you do unboxings and stuff, or? Yeah, man, it depends on what spot you're paying too. Every bullion dealer's got their own spot right now, and some of them are $2 over Kitco. Pretty crazy. Even the whatnot people, some of them I've seen them, posting, you know, uh, spot price and what all their constitutional melt value is and everything. And while you're watching their show, it's like, man, they got $76 up there, and it's at 73.25, stuff. So yeah. Yeah, Fuzzy. I I've been doing a little both. I've been picking up the bullion whenever I can get a good deal. I haven't really been buying as much from dealers, but that the coin show score was probably the best thing here recently, and I'll get an ounce or two here and there from whatnot. That I bought a couple of these Christmas uh, rounds because I wanted to give one to my son for Christmas, and I thought I'd give one away, or we put it in the giveaway. So I needed something for uh, the December giveaway anyway, and I got an ad revenue check this month, so it allowed me to purchase some stuff, and yeah, so that kind of, the revenue check kind of paid for the giveaway this month. Well, not quite. I mean, the gold, that come out of my own pocket. Bullion's out of a lot of people's budgets right now. And that's okay, you know. I mean, a lot of people start collecting and start stacking, really. I mean, my first silver was clad coins, you know. If I can reach it. My first silver actually got two of them, I think. So in 1986, they started making the bullion American Silver Eagles, and my uncle was a coin collector, and he gave me this that year. I think that was before he got the Eagles, but it kind of, the flip got kind of melted or something over time. But this is a 63 Franklin. This is the first silver I can remember ever having. And this, my uncle gave it to me in 1986 at Christmas. So that began my collecting slash stacking. A lot of people start with constitutional silver that they get from a family member or something, you know. And it's got pretty good, not full lines on it, but yeah, that uncle is no longer with us. But when he passed away, I put 2 silver quarters in his watch pocket, and he was buried with those. So I wasn't taking a chance him meeting the boatman and not having any money for the ride. But yeah, so the following year he gave me an 87 Silver Eagle, and that's when I graduated from 8th grade, I think. But yeah, that was my first one. And if that's all you can get is a $50, some mercury dimes or something like that, hey, a little bit at a time, that dollar cost averaging, you know, and soon you'll have 10, 12 rolls of them, you know. When you could buy a roll, you know, have a roll. Bullion is the ingots. Bullion is 3/9 fine or finer. So this is bullion too. It's generic, but it says 1 ounce fine silver 3/9 right there. So this is a bullion round, right? Then you got sovereign bullion, which is like the Canadian Maple Leafs, the American Silver Eagles, the Britannias, Philharmonics. Those are sovereign coins. It makes it a coin. It has the denomination on it, so it's $1 or £1 or whatever, €1. So this doesn't have any denomination on it. It is just a round. So you have coins that could be silver, could be bullion, like, but these aren't. These are 90% silver. It would still kind of fall into the constitutional because it says $1, so this is a coin, but it is 90% silver, just like the Morgans, the peace dollars, all that. It's a commemorative dollar that they put them out different years, different stuff on them, but they're not bullion. They're only 90%, 0.90. These are 0.99, so this is bullion. These bars are all, you can see probably on this one with the bad camera, where it says has 3 nines on it, 0.399 fine silver, means it's bullion. $500 a month. That's a good that's a good allocation for somebody that's stacking. You know, right? So for $500 a month, you could get some fractional gold and silver. I know 10th ounce bullion coins, gold bullion coins. The Gold Eagles, you know, they make 10th ounce Philharmonics, 10th ounce Britannias, 10th ounce Maple Leafs. Those are all sovereign coins. And, you know, currently I think you can pick some of those up for under 500. I know there's places that you can. I saw them going for under 500 on Whatnot today. So they do carry a premium. The smaller you go, you're going to get less gold, actual gold weight for your money. You know, but if you're buying, a good place to go if you haven't watched him is that Vermilion Enterprises. He's a dealer down in Florida, and he is very transparent with his pricing, his buy-sell prices. He actually posts a YouTube video just about every day, and he will tell you what he is paying for 10th ounce coins, quarter ounce coins, half ounce coins, ounce coins, and he pays different prices, and the most he pays for are the American Gold Eagles, and the highest amount that he pays is for the 10th ounce Gold Eagles on buyback. So when you're selling them back to him, he'll pay you spot plus like 3% or so. So you recover a portion of that premium for your fractional gold purchase when you go back to sell, if you sell to somebody like him. Now, if you're buying those roosters, the French coins, the English sovereigns, any of the foreign gold or the pre-33 stuff, the European gold, he's going to pay you 98% of spot on that when he buys it back, you know, or when you sell it to him. So you want to keep that in mind if you're buying some fractional gold, that the best gold really that you can buy is the American Gold Eagles, but you're going to pay a premium for it when you buy it. When you go to sell it, if you're planning on selling it down the road, you're going to get some of that premium back. Now, if you're paying spot for European gold or whatever, just know that, you know, you're probably only going to get 98% of spot whenever you sell it. Now, you may not care. It may go up $1,000 an ounce, and you're going to care less about that 2%, you know. And hopefully that's the way it goes. You know, down the road, things appreciate. But, yeah, I collect the gold backs. I've been collecting some, and you're paying about twice spot price for them right now. But the gold backs that I have bought, over the past couple years have increased in value over twice their melt value, I guess, if you call it that. I'd hate to melt one, try to get some gold out of them, but that to buy a 1 gold back now, it cost me twice as much, pretty much, as it did whenever I first started buying them. So, and these fives like this, I mean, these are great art. She's foxy, but I think I paid close to $40 for this. They do have some great art on them. Yeah, I didn't get an inheritance. My mom is still with us, and she's putting some money back, but I hope she's around for longer than I am. Yeah, that the goldbacks were, yeah, they were about twice a melt, and they're staying that way, you know. So that's kind of the premium that you're paying. I think really the higher denominations that there are, that really that premium shouldn't be as high, you know, because it really doesn't take twice as much production expense to make a higher denomination. It has more gold in it, you know. I mean, percentage wise, the bigger bills, the bills are larger, but the actual work and things involved in producing them, you know, don't cost twice as much as, you know, if you follow what I'm saying. Yeah, this is a 1/200th of an ounce. This is the same as those little sugar skulls. Same melt value, you know, and I think it was like $38. I think I paid for this, and that was from an online dealer. You know, I didn't have to bid on it or anything. Yeah, they are. They're masterpiece. They are really nice. They put a lot of work into their art. You can tell. You know, I'd like to see all the states kind of adopt something like this. You know, and Fuzzy, I hope you get your buffalo someday. That'd be fantastic. You know, that's you can turn that into generational wealth, pass that on. You know, and a little bit over time, if you're putting back $500 a month and buying fractional gold, you know, at the end of the year, you know, you can have over an ounce, you know, just by buying those little pieces. And 10 1/10 ounce eagles, you know, are going to be worth more than 1 ounce eagle, because you get some of that premium back. You know, the Vermilion guy down there, I think he pays spot for 1 ounce eagles, maybe 1% over, but he's going to pay you at least 3% for the 10th ounce. So, you know, I appreciate you guys staying up and watching it and listening and chatting. I've enjoyed talking to you guys. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click subscribe now. And, give me a thumbs up on the video and head on over to the giveaway video and be sure you leave the appropriate comment there. I'd love to see one of y'all win, you know, that stuck with me through this live stream tonight. And get some goodies in the mail. The winners have 3 days to email me and send me their vitals so I know where to send it. And if they don't get with me within 3 days, I send all the goodies over to the Down South Prime members and they get it. I've already got their address. I just mail them stuff. When they win, they just pick a number, I roll the dice, and whoever wins, wins, and I ship it out to them. So, yeah. I appreciate y'all. It's getting really late. I'm hearing Mrs. Down South stomp around out there. And she probably can't sleep because she can hear me yapping over here. And I'm probably going to have to shut her down. So, unless anybody got any questions or anything. Yeah, appreciate it. And next live stream, I'll try to do an advanced thing. So if you're subscribed, it'll give you a notification that there'll be a live stream or something. I've enjoyed it tonight. And if I can think of some more good topics or something to talk about, then maybe we'll do one later on this week. So maybe after the giveaway. I did giveaways live before, and I had to have help. And I don't have any help right now, so I probably won't be doing live giveaways. It's a little harder, too, because I don't have a random comment picker or anything that does live streams. I always I go to the interwebs and use the free one and all that. So, but I appreciate y'all, and I thank you for joining me. God bless y'all. I hope you have a happy, wonderful, and safe new year, and I'll catch y'all next time.